Okay, I'm back. It's been about a year since I posted a video, and it does feel a little bit weird being back, I guess on camera and on the channel, but I will explain why I'm back, and then also get into why you clicked on this video. So I'll keep it very brief, and I'll put a timestamp, I think down here or down here, I don't know which corner it's going to be in one of the corners. So yeah, go to that timestamp if you want to skip why I'm back, and if you're a new viewer or whatever it may be. However, I am back, like I said, and I'm back in, I guess, a different way. So I'll explain it like this. When I left about a year ago, I was transitioning away from like the hype beast kind of culture, like, yeah, I got the new Travis fragments, oh man, like, you didn't get this Supreme drop kind of thing, and I was transitioning more into like the luxury, I don't want to say actual fashion industry because that's like very disrespectful to streetwear, but like the luxury fashion industry, and so I was kind of like making this transition from like hypebeast to I guess more just like traditional luxury fashion, and I wasn't quite knowledgeable enough to make good quality videos about like I don't want to say actual fashion, but I wasn't qualified and or knowledgeable enough to make fashion videos and like good quality fashion videos. But I also like didn't care enough about like the new Supreme drop or like the, oh, Travis did a collab with this person, and I didn't care enough about that to continue making videos about that. But again, I wasn't qualified or like knowledgeable enough to make actual fashion videos, like good quality fashion videos. And so I kind of took about a year to really like dive into the fashion industry. I learned a bunch of stuff. I talked with a bunch of professionals who have worked at places like Neiman, Saks, Fendi, Ralph Lauren, people who have worked just with like all sorts of I've been to Fashion Week in Paris, New York, all these different things, have been buyers and fashion merchandising and marketing and all these different aspects of the fashion industry. And I've talked with a bunch of people who have done all these different things, and I've done a bunch of researched a bunch of collections, designers, houses, brands, runways, all these type of things, and I feel finally like knowledgeable enough, and I guess like, yeah, just knowledgeable enough and I guess qualified enough to make these videos and make good quality fashion videos. So if you are here for like streetwear / hypebeast content, I mean streetwear obviously will continue, but not in the like Supreme Bape sense. So if you're here for like hypebeast content, I guess is a better way to put it, then you may not want to continue watching my videos, and that's okay. Please don't unsubscribe or like not watch them. I'm not like telling you to do that, but if you do and that's not what you're here for, that's totally fine, and I'm okay with that, because the channel is shifting more towards a, I guess, just traditional luxury fashion, kind of like a Sanjeev, kind of like a Kyron Warwick. If you guys know who the Life of Cash K is, he made a similar transition from, I guess, like hypebeast culture / like sneakerhead culture to archives / like luxury fashion. So I'm trying to do something similar, and I hope you guys kind of go on this journey with me and enjoy it. And if you're new to the channel and kind of a new viewer looking for this type of content, that is perfect. You are who I'm looking for, and if you enjoy the content, that's all that matters. So I hope you guys stick around and enjoy the content, like I said. And one more thing that I feel like needs clearing up, I guess before I continue to post videos, is at school I qualified for this program called ISM. It's the Independent Study and Mentorship Program, and essentially what that is it allows me to pursue any career that I want to, and I'm able to use school time and class time and these resources that our school provides in order to pursue that. So I'm pursuing fashion merchandising, and with that I've gone out like to downtown Dallas and online, emailed people and called people at Louis Vuitton and Gucci and Saint Laurent and all these different places, and in various places downtown. And so I've really, I guess, networked a lot with people in the fashion industry and explored the realm of fashion merchandising. And part of this class is we have like a big end of year project, and for my big end of year project I am going to be using these videos. So there will be 7, this video and the next 6 videos will be part of my ISM project. However, these are also just for fun, like I will hopefully continue to be posting after this project, and so y'all will get a new video every week as part of this project, and just because I want to. But now onto the actual topic of the video. There is a store downtown called Human Dior. If you're in Dallas, I'm sure you've heard of it. If not, you may still have heard of it. It's like an archive, buy, sell, trade shop down in Dallas. They have a ton of stuff. Very, very cool. I'll definitely take you guys down there one day and film and show you guys what they have a little bit in I guess, greater detail than I did in this video. However, they did team up with, I'm not exactly sure who they teamed up with, but they teamed up with like Margiela archive collectors plus their own stuff, I believe, and put it all together in this big Margiela exhibit. And then I found out about it through Instagram and went down there. So they did it for a full week, and people could buy the pieces from the exhibit. And so I went on one of the last couple days. So a lot of the stuff was gone and was bought just because it is very rare and exclusive stuff. However, I still got to see very, very cool pieces, and I went down and I filmed a little bit. So yeah, here are the clips that I filmed from the Margiela exhibit at Human Dior. Okay, so I am down in Dallas right now. I apologize if the camera quality isn't great. I'm on my phone because I'm not gonna like take my camera around everywhere. However, yes, I am in downtown Dallas, and I just went to the Human Dior Maison Margiela exhibit, and it was really, really cool. It was really good. I think there's 2 days left. Maybe 3 days left, something like that. So I came kind of later in the exhibit, so there was still some stuff that wasn't there that had been sold and whatnot. However, they still had a lot left, and it was really, really cool. They gave me this little like pamphlet book thing. I haven't actually looked through it, but it looks like, oh, that's cool. Okay, so it's like a history of Margiela. It like, here's the last page. It goes through and basically gives you like the dates, the different dates, and then different, I guess like explanations of what that date was. So that's pretty cool. And then all the credits on the back, so give them credit with that. But yeah, very, very cool exhibit. Human Dior is just a super cool store in general, and they are definitely a staple in like the Dallas fashion scene. So if you're ever in Dallas, go visit them. They have some crazy archive stuff, as well as like a lot of modern stuff as well. So yeah, that was lots of fun. My favorite pieces up from the Margiela collection were probably the H&M collab denim jacket. I wasn't expecting to like the H&M stuff, but it was actually really cool, and I didn't even know it was the H&M stuff until I like picked it up, and I was like, whoa, that says H&M on the tag, which is kind of interesting. I'm not like an expert when it comes to Margiela. I do know like the general information, and I have, you know, general like knowledge of not only like the designer, because there's not a lot of knowledge out there of him, but also like the brand itself. So I know a good amount, I know enough to get by, but I couldn't like pick up a piece and be like, oh yeah, it's from spring summer 1999 and like totally fact check people. I'm not that kind of historian when it comes to Margiela, but I know generally enough to get by, and I know the general history of the brand as well as the designer. So yeah, it was really cool to see. I know that stuff is very hard to come by, and there's not a lot of places that have access to that kind of thing. So I was grateful to be able to go and see that.
and it was a lot of fun.
Okay, so yeah, that was the exhibit. I went a couple weeks ago. This was a couple weeks after. And yeah, it was really, really fun. Very, very cool to see all of that. Like really rare and exclusive stuff that you can't normally see. Some of my favorite pieces were that H&M denim jacket, the H&M Margiela denim jacket. I believe it was 2012, I believe, when it came out. Maybe I'm wrong, but I believe it was 2012. And then, or maybe 2014. I think it was 2014. And then, I'll put it up somewhere, whenever it was. And then I also showed a pair of white jeans, and they had like a gathered, kind of wrinkled, I guess, texture, finish to them. I guess finish is probably the right word. On the knees and then at the ends by like the ankles. And it was just super interesting, very, very cool. Everything was really great quality. It was super, like, it felt unfinished, but I know that's Margiela's thing. Like, it's supposed to feel kind of distressed and unfinished and a little bit like, just on purposely unfinished, I guess. And I didn't know it would actually really feel unfinished, but it did, and it was really in a cool way. There was that one suit jacket or blazer or whatever it was, and it was like the double like two-tone, so it had halfway through the back was a stitch, and it stitched a black blazer and a like navy blue blazer, and that was really interesting. And then there was that vest that I showed, which was also very cool, and it was, I can't remember if it was green or brown, and it had the different pockets. I think it was green, and it had like brown and olive pockets stitched on, and that was super cool. Then here's a couple clips I took of just other things they had there that I thought were super interesting and super cool. There was also, well, I'll get into that after. Here are the clips that I took at Human Dior of other things not in the Margiela exhibit. Okay, so as you can see, they had plenty of other really cool items. They had that one off-white hoodie with the like fire graphic, and then it had the zipper that went all the way from the sleeve through the back to the other sleeve. I thought that was really cool. It reminded me of the like iconic Dries bombers with the back zip. Those are very, very cool, but very, very expensive. And that off-white hoodie, I guess, kind of reminded me of that. I don't know if they took inspiration from that, but that was really interesting. And then my other favorite thing was actually also Margiela, but it wasn't part of the exhibit. I don't know why. But it was those knit runners, the Margiela knit runners. Those were incredible. Those were super, super interesting, very, very cool. I do really want a pair of those now. I didn't even know they existed until I went there, and then I saw them and I was like, I need those shoes, they're perfect. They remind me a lot of kind of like a Yeezy, like an early, almost like a 350 kind of thing. And yeah, big, big fan of those. So that was one of the other things that I really enjoyed. I guess like looking at and seeing. And I guess I'll end the video with a couple things that I've picked up in the last, I guess, year. It's been a while, so I have plenty of stuff to show you guys. There will be a full clothing collection video coming next week, so that'll be really exciting. I'm really excited to show you guys everything. It'll go through all of my like actual legitimate pieces, and it'll be a pretty long video, so I'm excited to do that. But just prior to that, I'll show you guys a couple things that I've just been wearing a lot like recently and that I've picked up and really, really enjoy. First off, we have this right here. It's this Haider Ackermann crew neck. It is amazingly constructed. The different panels are incredible. There's like a panel here, a panel here. These white stripes on the collar and then also on the cuffs are all separate panels. So like the actual crew neck is a panel, and then there's this white like piece of fabric that's cut and sewn onto this part, and then on top of the white is the cuff. So I don't even know if that makes sense, but from the inside you can see that it's 3 separate panels, which is really interesting. And then same thing on like the inside of this right here. There's the black kind of like collar panel, this white panel, and then the actual crew neck panel, which is really interesting. And then on the back there's like that slit down the middle, that kind of deconstructed, distressed, well not distressed, but, well yeah, that kind of like, yeah, distressed look that Haider goes for a lot. Just has a super cool look. I wear this all the time. It's my favorite piece I've ever had. And I really enjoy it. I will be bringing this with me to Italy. I'll be going to Italy in a couple weeks, and I'm excited for that, but I will be bringing this, and I just love this piece. Haider is my favorite designer of all time. I hope he finds a brand somewhere, a company somewhere that'll take him. I mean, plenty of people want him. I just don't know what his plans are. So we'll see what happens with him and his future. Yeah, I mean, I still love to go back in his archives and kind of try to get I guess not archives because it's not that old, but just I want to, you know, have more from the brand because it's my favorite stuff. And then on that same note, another Haider piece that I actually got for my birthday. So my parents got me this one. Huge shout out to them. But yeah, it's this Haider Ackermann zip up. It's not velvet, I was gonna say velvet. It's a silk zip up, which is super cool. It is very high maintenance when it comes to like care and washing and stuff, but it is amazing. It's like this super soft. It almost feels, you know, like the silk flowers that people use in like fake arrangements. So it feels very similar to the fake flowers, the silk flowers, and it is just incredible. It feels so soft, so cool. It looks like a flower, like it literally looks like a flower. The hood is like super, almost feels like magnetized. I don't even know if that makes sense, but it like has a really interesting weight to it, and it falls like really heavily, which is cool. And then the zipper is like a massive YKK zipper, Haider Ackermann tag obviously, and it has this iconic middle, I guess, panel on the zipper. This is like reminiscent of their early, you know, fall winter 14 zip ups with there was the gray one and then like the black one that a bunch of people wore. It's like one of their most iconic pieces, and they brought it back on this piece, which I really like, and it's in a red colorway, and they don't do a ton of red stuff. I mean, it's not uncommon for like red Haider Ackermann pieces to be out there, but it's also not super common. So I saw this and I'm like, this is incredible. I don't have a ton of zip ups, and so I was a huge fan of this. It has pockets. They're not super deep, but they get the job done. And then on the inside of the other one, it's just like a reverse French terry, I believe. But on this one, it's almost like it's like a jersey. It's like a normal jersey Perth material, but it's super thin. So there's like a really thin layer of silk on the outside, which shows, and then the inside has like a jersey material. So it does keep you pretty warm because it is double layered, and it's just an amazing piece. So like I said, huge fan of Haider Ackermann. Hopefully I'll be able to get more of his stuff in the future, but that is what I've I guess accumulated thus far. And so some of my favorite pieces in my entire collection. And like I said, full clothing collection coming next week. So I look forward to filming that. I hope you guys look forward to seeing that. And yeah, see y'all next week with a video. Hope you guys enjoyed my return, I guess, and I'm glad to be back.